Did everybody have a full day? Thank you, seriously, for sticking around. I know it's been a long 2 days and there's been a lot of information covered, but this is probably the part of the show that I like best, and that is acknowledging the best and brightest within California. The award ceremony is probably the only opportunity we as PSP get to truly say thank you for the hard work and service that so many of you offer with very little expectation. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. To actually acknowledge the individuals, though, we've got an expert. She's been doing this for us for as long as it's been her event, right? So without any further ado, I'm going to bring back up your executive sponsor and awarder extraordinaire, Michelle Robinson. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to present some security and privacy leadership awards. So awards are presented to those individuals that have had the greatest impact on the security and privacy in government and education sectors. So a total of 5 awards will be presented in the following categories: security leadership in state government, security leadership in local government, security leadership, the category slightly changed to be security or privacy leadership in education, and this year we're recognizing privacy leadership in education. Privacy leadership and also security team leadership. So those are our categories. Our first, the first one we're going to recognize is security leadership in state government. So this year's Security Leadership in State Government Award is being presented to Helen Woodman, the Information Security Officer with the Department of Finance. Helen wears many hats, like many of our ISOs. In addition to her role as ISO for the Department of Finance, Helen also serves the Department of Finance's Information Technology Consulting Unit. This unit within the Department of Finance operates under Finance's general powers of supervision over matters concerning the financial and business functions of the state. So ICQ's primary responsibility are performing fiscal analysis of proposed statewide IT policies and enterprise initiatives and fiscal oversight of those initiatives. So Helen has the extra responsibility and task of looking at all of those things as well and doing some sort of security impact analysis. This means also that Helen has the additional responsibility of reviewing all those, which is no small task. Finally, Helen co-chairs the Interagency Security Work Group and facilitates information sharing of best practices and lessons learned in the implementation of state policy and security and privacy solutions for state information security and privacy professionals. She co-chairs the group's regular meetings and the virtual exchange of information that we see happening every day. So we see her leadership demonstrated every day through all of her efforts, and we're recognizing her this year with the Security Leadership in State Government Award. So please join me in welcoming Helen to the stage to accept her award. Okay, our next category is the Security Leadership in Local Government. So the Security Leadership in Local Government is being presented to Catherine Wild. Catherine is a principal IT analyst with the Sacramento Area Sewer District. Catherine participated on the advisory board for this year's symposium. Catherine really took the lead on developing the SCADA track and locating speakers who could deliver exceptional educational content to industrial control system operators. She was also instrumental in helping to market the event track to stakeholders in the utility, water, and sewer management sectors. This year was the best turnout we've had for engagement with and attendance by the critical infrastructure protection representatives. As we've seen in our traditional event attendance grow from word of mouth about the exceptional content, we can expect that the track focused on critical infrastructure protection will follow suit in the years to come. And this is due largely to Catherine's efforts. So we're recognizing her this year for her outstanding contribution to that sector. So please join me in recognizing Catherine Wild with the Security and Local Government Award. Okay, our next award category, Privacy Leadership in Education. So this year's Privacy Leadership in Education Award is being presented to Kent Wada, the Chief Privacy Officer and Director for Strategic IT Policy for the University of California, Los Angeles. He was designated as the campus's first Chief Privacy Officer in 2012 and has been addressing foundational privacy issues that have broad impact on the campus community and the university mission through his role on the executive committee of the UCLA Board on Privacy and Data Protection. He collaborates closely with campus counsel, Chief Information Security Officer, and many others, including the offices that have compliance authority for the protection of personal information, to have UCLA be a good steward of this data. In his role as Director, Strategic IT Policy for the campus, he works broadly with the campus UC system and subject matter experts to help shape the institutional agenda for technology policy issues of strategic concern, whether it's privacy, copyright and illegal file sharing, IT accessibility, information security, or beyond. These issues become part of the campus's IT planning and governance process through his role as a member of the management team of the Vice Provost, Information Technology, and Chief Academic Technology Officer. Kent also served as a working group chair and was influential in the development and implementation of UCLA's privacy initiative. You can learn more about the privacy initiative online. If you are not familiar with Kent's work, I highly recommend you check out his blog. And the wealth of information you'll find there from his work, especially if you are a designated privacy officer or have an interest in privacy and consumer protection. Kent's receiving this award today for his individual efforts and contribution to the privacy profession as a whole. The nomination that was put forth was incredible, and so is his work. So we really wanted to recognize that today. So Kent, please join me in congratulating Kent.
Uh-oh, did I do that?
All right, there's some. All right. So in our privacy leadership category. We're starting to balance here, with security and privacy awards, right? It used to be just one privacy award. This year we have two. So look out, security. Okay, so this year's Privacy Leadership Award is being presented to Mary Morshed. Mary Morshed joined the California Information Security Office in February of this year. She stepped in and led the review of state agency online privacy policies and quickly alerted agencies about their privacy policy gaps. Mary developed and conducted workshops on privacy policy development to assist departments and followed up with each one in order to assist them in achieving compliance. This awareness and training led to prompt corrective actions. And as Joan McNabb mentioned in her opening remarks on day one, departments had been previously just merely restating the statutory requirement in their privacy policies. So since leading the effort, the Office of the Attorney General has noted significant improvement, and now individuals visiting state agency websites are properly informed about the agency's personal information collection and protection practices as required by law. These improvements are principally due to Mary's leadership. So please join me in congratulating her on her Privacy Leadership Award. So our next award, we're calling this a Security Team Leadership Award because it doesn't quite fit the traditional security ops category. But the contribution was significant enough that we felt it warranted recognition and the award. So in May 2013, as you know, the governor established a cybersecurity task force co-chaired by the Department of Technology and the Governor's Office of Emergency Services. Christy Borchin, our Deputy Director of the Office of Professional Development, serves as the co-chair of the Workforce Development and Training Subcommittee. So this subcommittee had formed several working groups to tackle its many objectives. Objective one working group was charged with development of a consistent definition and criteria for cybersecurity expertise to serve the state of California. So this next Security Leadership Award we're presenting today is being presented to the Objective 1 working group. This group developed a proposal for consistent definition and criteria for cybersecurity expertise to serve the state of California. The proposal, an outstanding document, is currently under consideration by the senior state government leadership in conjunction with the Civil Service Reform Initiative. The core work group participants were from the Department of Healthcare Services, Gary Diaz, Dolly Rocco, Kenneth Ma, Kevin Fuller, and from the Department of Technology, Christy Borchin. Other members that provided significant input and support were from the California Information Security Office, Mary DePietro, Mary Morshed, and Patrick McGuire. Carlos Quant from Labor and Workforce Development Agency, Carla Simmons with the Governor's Office of Emergency Services, Chris Chambers with the Department of Justice, Melissa Russell with the California Department of Human Resources, Robert Pittman from the County of Los Angeles, Robert Schmidt from the California Department of Food and Agriculture, and Victoria Craig from the California Department of Transportation, and Ken Foster from California Military Department. So, please join me in congratulating Objective Work Group 1 on their Privacy Team Leadership Award. Or, I'm sorry, Security Team Leadership Award. Okay, who's out here? Okay, that one's gonna go there. And this is gonna be tough. I got one of these for everyone, but not everyone's here. Okay, want to take somebody? I don't know what happened. I counted them earlier. Oh, wait, there they are. No, they're not. You all have one to hold for the picture? Sorry about that. Well, we'll get that corrected. Has technical difficulties. All right. Do you need us to squish it? I missed one person. Petra? Anybody else that didn't come up? I think Christy's going to come up and say a few words about her work group.
Yeah. I know they're all sitting down, but I wanted to let you guys know that really sometimes it's about getting the right people in the right seats. And we had several objectives, and this objective one team went above and beyond. We had input from various folks, Ken Foster, Robert Pittman in the early days. I know Carlos Quant, myself, and several folks from Department of Technology and other departments went and talked to CalHR about the need for security classifications. So we kind of were paving the way. And then Mr. Gary Diaz came into my life and so joined our team, which was great. He was also a proud graduate of the IT Leaders Academy, 21, I believe. But anyway, Gary really took it all in and worked with his team at Department of Healthcare Services and just did an outstanding job putting together a 65-page document that CalHR is going to be able to utilize in some way, shape, or form. I mean, there's sample classifications. He mapped it to the EBK, Electronic Body of Knowledge? Essential Body of Knowledge, thank you. That's why he wrote it. So he just did a great job. And Dolly Rocco deserves a lot of credit, co-author, Gary's author, and then the other, Ken and whatnot, and Kevin did a great job. So really, really want to thank them from the bottom of our heart, from my heart, and for the Cyber Security Task Force, because they really did make a difference. And in the end, when we're working for the state and the county and the city, that's what it's all about. Thank you.
Okay, so let's give one more round of applause to all our award winners. All right, so I'm going to wrap up the day. And, the theme of our conference this year was advancing security and privacy through awareness and action. So how many of you felt that you learned some new stuff today? Yeah? Excellent. And you think you can take that stuff and put some of it into action right away when you get back? And that's what it's about. So once again, I want to thank PSP and their awesome team for helping us to put this together, our vendor sponsors, And of course, all of you who attended. We can't do this without all of you, and it's really your event. So your contribution to helping put it together is extremely important, as well as your feedback, which provides input into how we make it more successful next year and how we ensure that it continues to meet your needs. So hopefully you did fill out the surveys along the way. I'm not sure, Sherilyn, if there's going to be an electronic version of a survey sent out. So I would encourage you all to please provide your input. It is reviewed and discussed with the Advisory Planning Board, and again, used to continue to make this event better and of value to you. So, what else do I got? So, I think that's it, reception time, right? Thank you again. Thank you for all you do.